playing against Gutto, I guess. This is round 3 of the Vintage Challenge. We are playing Meme Stream, Dream Team, Gifts Ungiven. Let's jam. Yeah, I mean, this hand is not ideal. I would like a little more out of this hand, but I think it's pretty reasonable. We get to protect our Soul Ring with a misstep. We're basically playing out Soul Ring and Key on the first turn. The downside of doing that is we have to fetch, which means we don't have a fetch land for our Brainstorm unless we draw another one. And we probably have to fetch Island, so that means we don't have Swamp to play any of our tutors. But I think it's still worth it. I think this hand sets us up pretty good. Another fetch land is like insane, and it puts us in a really good position to be digging through time and trying to find our time vaults. So I'm pretty okay with this hand. We're gonna go get our island in attempts to not be wastelanded. Our Soul Ring resolves. Our Key is resolved. He's F6. I wonder if that means we're playing against shops. Not the worst hand. Ooh, it's Dredge. Okay. Well, I guess it could be survival too. We'll have to see what he discards. If he's taking this long to think about it, that any activated on his upkeep, to me that signals it's survival. It is survival. So we've got a Basking Rootwalla. He pitched a survival and a Bazaar. I don't believe I will be countering this Basking Rootwalla. So, it resolves. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we're looking for another blue source here. We don't have that much time. Not that one. Anything but that one. Our deck's so bad. Okay. We're gonna try to get ourselves Brainstorm locked here. I mean, obviously we don't want to get Brainstorm locked, but we're gonna Brainstorm and hopefully not lock ourselves out of this game. Okay. This is not unacceptable. We're gonna put back Regrowth and Dig, and we play our Jace. All right. That's a reasonable Brainstorm. Oh, I should untap the Soul Ring. Oh well. That could come back to bite me if he ends up playing like a Thorn or something. I should use the extra floating mana to untap my Soul Ring. I don't think you want to save the Brainstorm there. The clock is pretty fast and we need to get going. If we get Brainstorm locked and lose, we get Brainstorm locked and lose. It's just how it goes. The more interesting question is if he plays... Oh. Ah, yes, English. I understand now. The Brainstorm did kind of save us. The more interesting question is, depending on what he plays, what do we pitch to force? It's probably just misstep, because I think we're likely to use this strain to cast our dig through time. Alright, we're not in too bad shape here. He can't... I'm not gonna block because I don't want him pitching an Elvish Spirit Guide and pumping his Rootwalla. Sean, we're in game 1 of round 3. We're currently 2-0. MTG Bot has not been a fan of keeping track of my matches recently. I don't know why. But normally you could maybe block here, but I don't want to get Elvish Spirit Guide in. Deathrite Shaman. I don't think this is actually missteppable because I really want our Keep Force. We know we have a dig through time coming, and we're going to loot away a regrowth. No, that's fine. That resolves. God, well, I'm glad we let it resolve because I have to force this. Alright, so we know there's a regrowth on the top of our deck, so we're just going to pass the turn back. We're looking like we could possibly pull out a Vault Key win here. I really wish we could have mana drained that hollow one, but I can't block any of these things because I won't be able to flip my Jace, and I can't, you know, not get 3-balled by it. 3 damage did. Alright, so he makes a mana, and he probably tries to play a survival. A Time Walk. Well, we certainly can't let Time Walk resolve. Oh, I should have activated this Jace in response. Shit. He had a Force of Will? Oh, this Force of Will version is so hard. Okay, so we have to not... It's a good thing we didn't activate our Jace, because he's going to attack us again. If he hits us for 1 with the Root Walla, 2 with the Root Walla, 2 with the Deathrite Shaman is 4... We can block the hollowed one and flip our Jace. So that's fine. Alright. He could keep us from flipping, but we have to make the block anyways. So it's not really, doesn't really matter. Jeez, he put a Vengevine in the yard. So actually his best play is to go to combat, eat a Tarn, and not a Tarn, yeah. Eat a Tarn and prevent me from flipping. But I can't really do much about that, because if I don't block this, he just pumps the other one and kills me. So yeah, he eats the Tarn, pumps a Root Walla. Our Jace dies. Obviously, we get rid of regrowth. We have almost a fully cast Dig Through Time to go for a... We really need to hit mana and a Time Vault. So we dig and we have 1 mana up. We need to hit like Tolarian or Lotus and Time Vault. Or something like blue mana Time Walk. Yeah, I mean that's our line. We don't really have other lines. Dig Seas. Time Vault. No! It's so frustrating. Why would you do this? We're 1 mana short. We found the Time Vault and a land, but we are 1 mana short from him eating our card in our yard. That's so gross. Yep. All we have is Ponder into Lotus is the only thing we can do. So, gotta do it. We know it's not one of those 5 cards on the bottom. Oh, we fetch though. Unfortunate. Alright, baby. Black Lotus 1 time. No, now we get the Tolarian Academy? Alright. 1 more spin. 1 more spin. Lotus, please. Ah, so unlucky. So unlucky. All right, so Mind Twist, not the greatest here. Blazing Archon's pretty good. Misdirect. He is playing the Force of Will version. Does that version not play? Trying to find like the Force of Will version. Is it in a separate column? I don't know how many how many they play though. I don't want to like overboard for Stony Silences or anything like that. Trying to go find it. Okay. They just play Null Rods in the board. So it's just like I don't really want a regrowth that much. I don't really want a Hercules recall. I want a balance. I don't really want. I don't really need an extra land. I kind of want a trap. I need the Unburial Rights, obviously, or this plan's not going to work very well. I still don't think it's right to have a Flusterstorm in the main for this deck. I don't really want to board in any more Graveyard Hate than I already have. We can like maybe cut some of the higher end and like play one more Graveyard Hate. He's on Misstep. We want to play Crypt over Spellbomb. But we kind of want Deluge instead, actually. How many 1-drops does he have in his deck? He's got 4 Shamans. Could put a push in here. Push is probably better than Misdirection. Or something like this. So, a Blazing Archon should win in this matchup. Obviously, a Blazing Archon in our hand is not very good in this matchup. This hand's pretty close. I mean, that's a pretty good Magic card. I'm just going to lead with Library so I don't have to crack a fetch. Playing this out now is a little rough if he actually has anything like a... So if I don't really need to play this out now. But it does like play around Force a little better. Does make him more likely to Null Rod me. Pretty hard for him to Null Rod me. He's gonna Null Rod me anyways. I think I'm just gonna play out this Time Vault. So we can get Mental Misstepped here. Unfortunately, because I didn't play a... I didn't play a blue mana on turn 1 because I wanted to play Soul Ring, so I can't scroll for anything. I could just scroll for Misstep, but that leaves me dead to Force. Scroll for Misstep is about as all in as I can go. Alternatively, like scrolling for other like We have like some options on scroll. Did I take out chain? Probably not. Chain still dies to misstep. It's probably fine. So we're just dead to Force of Will, which is fine. I liked scroll for recall for ancestral, but I don't really want to wait, so I think I'm down to go all in. Yeah, he had force. This force version seems so much better than the other one. He's got Flusterstorms? I don't know how you fit Flusterstorms in there. Yeah, so we're pretty dead. Probably just slams a no rod on us and we lose. I shouldn't F6. I shouldn't F6. But we made an aggressive line and we're probably going to get punished for it. There's really no reason to scroll for a misstep because he didn't counter Soul Ring. He would have to draw a misstep on his turn. So I think scrolling for misstep's pretty bad when we put that into perspective. I'll represent Mana Drain. Doesn't really mean anything though. We're just gonna get buried by this Bazaar. So our best line was probably scroll for ancestral and wait a turn. Which is interesting, I guess. I don't think it's worth it for us to skip a turn at any point here. I guess I'll start holding cards and maybe get to library. This represents Mana Drain and Force of Will. There's a Phantasmal Image in his deck and a Deep Analysis? What am I playing against? I mean, his deck is sweet, but like... I guess he's trying a grindy plan for this kind of matchup, which doesn't really sound like what you actually want to be doing, but... Well, if I could not draw lands, that would be ideal. My best draw is like, obviously, Yawgmoth's Well, but... Oh, so he drew a misstep. Alright. Yeah, not much we can do about this. Didn't really draw anything worthwhile. I guess a Gifts is still pretty good, but he probably has another Force of Will by now, so... Looks like we got a Vengevine coming. I just cannot run colder than that. We've drawn two spells this game. Well, I guess Lotus counts. Not really. We've drawn two non-mana producing things this game. We've drawn Scroll and Misstep. Is that a lethal? 5, 8, 5. Yeah, that's lethal. Oh, I'm really glad we didn't keep playing that game because those cards are the worst card. This section of 7 cards was like probably the worst section we could possibly have drawn. Holy moly. So bad. Alright. We've been routed. The survival mid-range player has kicked our butt. 2-1.